Again, every metabolism is different. So, most recently, the epidemic of mental health in the country is a problem. And, people who blame the college snowflakes, that's ideologically charged. But what if the epidemic of anxiety and depression and other conditions in colleges is caused by the food they eat? They're not getting adequate brain nutrition. Chris Palmer tells the story. He was overweight. He went on a keto diet and he lost his weight. He found out that he felt better. Also, he had obese clients and he couldn't prescribe keto to improve their brain health. But he said, hey, if you want to lose weight, here's what I did. What he discovered is a lot of his clients, their mental health improved dramatically when they stopped eating carbohydrates, when they changed what they ate. Their insulin levels went down. I think the term cerebral insulin resistance, the energy, if you think about it, for people that are depressed, doesn't it make sense that their brains somehow are not accessing enough energy? They're just sort of stuck. Well, that's what he's discovered. He writes about the clinical research. Georgia Ede has been writing on this with her on her blog for years, and she was at Smith and Harvard. And basically, the epidemic of mental illness, she says, is caused by the food people are eating. You change your diet, you change your mind. It helps your gut gets healthy, your brain gets healthy. So Metabolic Mind is funding peer-reviewed research on this now at different universities. There's been research in Edinburgh. People that were mentally unhealthy their whole lives, they change their diet, suddenly their anxiety diminishes. They feel better. Their depression, their schizophrenia reduces, bipolar disorder, anorexia. These are anecdotal stories. They're doing the research. All these people emphasize, don't stop taking antidepressants or anti-anxiety drugs just because you read an article or heard somebody speak, but you can go to doctors who will help you deprescribe gradually as your brain energy is restored by changing your diet. So, lots to learn on this. I hope this is interesting on the energy topic and the energy for the economy topic. Thank you very much for attending or listening to the presentation. Again, I write about this, 2 distant metabolic gifts, how we can measure this on my nutrition website, and also economic thinking website on energy. I just leave you with Roger Williams again, his book, Nutrition Against Disease. He's right, this book was first published in 71. It went through 10 printings through 1981, over 10 years. So lots of people read this book and other books, and they learn that medical education is mixed up because they don't teach nutrition. That nutrition is more important than genetics. What we eat matters. The birth problem with stillborn birth, deformed, mentally retarded, tied to nutrition, poor diet by the parents and grandparents, how to protect our hearts, the fight against obesity. Again, he's writing in the 1970s, 50 years ago, on better nutrition. And he has this cool thing on what foods are most nutrient dense, like salmon and eggs, versus foods that are not nutrient dense. Dental disease, how our dental work is tied to what we eat. All these different things. So again, this is not cutting edge new research. It's 50 years ago, but this is one of the leading researchers in the country, discoverer of pantothenic acid and others, he and his brother as well. But their whole work on nutrition against disease fell out of favor. The food pyramid pushed that all away, sunk it, and instead they're saying, eat lots of small meals and carbs and so on and so forth. So I encourage you to sort of lean, this was known decades ago, and new scientists and researchers are discovering these things now. Alcoholism, he argued, people who aren't getting adequate nutrition from their diet, they're getting it from alcohol. And again, environmental control of mental disease, People go nuts when they don't get the right nutrition. Again, he's writing about this 50 years ago, and how to live longer as well. Okay, thank you very much for attending. Bye-bye.